Oh, I love a box of old woodwork tools to go through. What's in there? Planes, plumbing fittings, oh, even some little axes. We'll go through that shortly. We'll tackle some of this stuff here as well in our quest to get this storeroom empty. Still a fair bit to go. G'day guys, it's Chris the Ultimate Recycler. We're up to episode 25 of the Great Shop Cleanup. You've just seen what we're going to have a look in. We'll take that box through to the counter, see how much value we've got. I wonder if it's going to be as good as the last episode. That was amazing. I've always loved cleaning out people's sheds, old tools, lots of history, usually some really good value. And as a second-hand dealer, obviously I like to find stuff of good value. So it's certainly not just scrap metal. How are we going to do this? I don't think I can poke the camera in the top of the box, so I'll lift things up for you. This is a Stanley plastic mitre box. Not very exciting. We should get $5 for it. There's a couple of axes here, or tomahawks, or hatchets, I think you'd call them. That one's seen better days, but it's going to depend on the markings on the head. So we'll clean those up. Hopefully they're a well-known brand like Plum axes, or sometimes you get German ones. I think Beacon is one that I've seen. There's lots of other brands, High Test, and they're going to get better money than your average off-the-shelf hatchet that you buy today, which is probably made in probably made in China. Some plumbing fittings, just a shower rose, most likely just scrap brass. And speaking of brass, this is a bridge. Is it a bridge or a breech? It's a plumber's fitting for your hot, cold taps and the outlet. And that one's perfectly usable, and I think they're pretty expensive to buy, so we'll probably sell that rather than scrap it. Now, woodwork planes. What a beauty. Is this a Stanley? It's a Carter, this one. Quite a long one, not overly rusty. In fact, that's in excellent condition. Are they called a smoothing plane? I think it's got the blade and everything in it. That should be worth some pretty good dollars. I'm going to guess between 50 and 100. We will do a price list at the end. This is stuff that I've got out of people's sheds. Oh, over 2 decades I've been cleaning out deceased estates as part of my second-hand business. Here's a nice one. And I've stashed a lot of stuff aside, and we will be retiring our property. Well, the shop is for sale. We don't own it, we just lease it. And that's going to put us into a forced retirement. But you know, you've got to make the best of things, don't you? And I'm excited to go through all this stuff I've been stashing away for ages. That's a Turner, Australian made. Very good condition. Looks like the blade's unchipped as well. So I'm going to say at least 50 there, but I will be doing some checking. This is like a rasp, is it? Like well, it's for rasping or smooth or forming. Doesn't feel very sharp. It's probably branded. Can't see a brand on it. There's another one here too, an older one. It's called a Shore Form. There you go. This one feels quite a bit more aggressive. So they're good for taking edges off, for smoothing down, and even forming shapes. So they will have some value. We have a wheel brace here, or just a tyre lever. Well, probably not a tyre lever, just a hubcap remover. And a wheel nut thingo. It's branded Toyota, so it's out of a car kit, obviously a Toyota. The white thing you saw before is a beater from, I'm not sure if that's it's not a Sunbeam Mixmaster, it's Kenwood, I think, perhaps. We'll have to check that out. They can sell okay. The older Kenwood ones tend to sell for a fair bit of money. Oh, we have another one of these things. And the rest of the box is mostly wood planes still. Here's an old fuel tank from an early Victor lawnmower, being an Australian-made 2-stroke lawnmower that was first produced in the 1950s. This is probably a 60s era fuel tank. Looks in reasonable condition. No rust inside. Okay, some more planes. This is a Stanley. Oh, it's even still got part of the transfer on the handle. So that's again in great condition. We should have some good value from these planes. Another plane here. This is a Woden. Not sure where Woden are made, but that's again in good condition, just needs a clean up. And here we have a Falcon, a Pope product. think it says Falcon. Yeah, so not a Ford Falcon. It's a little rusty. The handle's a little loose, but it should clean up quite well. And the smallest one in here is a little, what brand is this? Stanley number 110. So nice little Stanley plane there. The pile's getting very big here. Oh, we do have another one. This is a bit different. This is a Carter, and it's a rebate plane, perhaps. It's got a little fence on one side. I think that could be quite a valuable plane. Looks in good condition. It looks like it's got its original paint. There's a blade in it that has no chips. Nice piece. Number 73. I'll have to do some research on some of these, but that could be the best one in the box. Only two more things in the box. Let's move it out of the road. That's a bit lighter. These are for thread cutting, they're thread cutting dies. They go, you have 4 of them and they go in a holder that you can adjust to a degree, and you can cut threads on rod or old bolts. You can rethread them. They go in quite a great big setup. Plumbers often had them for plumbing, threading plumbing pipes. So they'll be branded and they'll have a size on them. They are in complete sets of 4 with their clips, so they could get a bit. I'll have to check out what brand they are, but there we go. A good pile of stuff I've got to clean up, and we'll just check those other loose things in the room there, and then I'll start cleaning up and give you a price list. For those following the series, you will surely appreciate how much space we're making now. It's just really opening up, and I'm looking forward to getting started up at the top again. I think there could be some empty boxes and things up there, so that should progress fairly quickly as well. But let's clean up these loose ends down here. We have a pump, an old pressure pump for blowing up tyres. It has a wooden handle. It's quite an early one. I don't know that these were bicycle pumps. They're more likely car pumps, but I guess they were kind of a universal sit in the garage and blow up whatever you needed to. It's lost the hose off it. This I thought was a piece of wood, but it's actually a plane. It's a large timber plane. I'm not sure what you would call that one. It's still got a blade in it. So that's going to have some value. I don't know what at this stage. We have an auger here. These are the ones that you have a timber handle through for basically drilling pretty big holes in large pieces of timber, maybe even sleepers. I don't know, large building jobs. An old extension cord here. I'll just cut that one up for the copper wire. Don't want to sell old cords. This is a bow saw for pruning, and that's probably going to go in the $2 box. I find them extremely difficult to sell. Looks like there's more tools and even kitchen items in that box, but we're not getting to that one yet. We have a mirror here. Let's get that out of the road. It looks like it's too small for a dressing table mirror. It's possibly from one of those toilet mirrors or little vanity mirrors that sat on top of a chest of drawers. Yeah, I think the holes in the side have been patched. It would have had a frame, possibly a little base with a couple of drawers in it. That will sell okay. It needs a clean, obviously, but we'll probably get at least $10 for that. I think someone's just hung it on a wall. It's got some wire on the back. It's quite an old one. It could even be late 1800s, that one. So we might even get $20 for that, depending how well the glass cleans up. Looks like we have some boxes of old laptops to get through in a future episode, and a box of books, but let's ignore them for now. The only other thing I'll get today is a nice old heavy meat cleaver. It's a ripper. It's very thick metal. It's not flared out on the top, which is good. Really nice handle on it. It will be branded, so we'll get that out on the bench and have a better look, but that's going to be at least a $50 item, so very nice indeed. And we have a gas heater in here I have to deal with at some stage, and then we get into all sorts of other bric-a-brac in here. So we'll clean up these few things, and I've got some cleaning up to do and a list to write. Okay, it's the next day. I've spent quite a bit of time cleaning these up, particularly the planes. They come up very well. I actually dismantled them all, gave them a wash, and reassembled them after making sure they were totally dry, and then put some beeswax on them just to protect them. Gives them a bit of a shine. The timber came up beautifully. The metal came up absolutely wonderfully. There wasn't much rust on any of them, and with a bit of a steel wool scrub, they all cleaned up very nice. So there's some really good value in those planes. The meat cleaver was pretty good anyway, but again, I've given it a bit of beeswax. It's come up fantastically. It has got a brand on it, and I'm not sure if you'll read it from there. I did take a photo, so I'll put the photo up now, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Everything else cleaned up very nicely too. This one, which really, when I first glanced at it, I think that's not much more than a piece of firewood. I'll chop it in half and put it in the fire. I think it's made of jarrah. It's quite a heavy timber, beautiful, strong, solid grain in it. It's definitely a hardwood, and it's been homemade, and we'll look at that in a second too. So I've got the notepad done, but really we've got some fantastic value here. All of the planes will sell for a fair amount. What else have we got? Oh, the little hatchets. One of them is branded. One's a clean skin. It's plain, there's no brand on it, but it's still a vintage one. And this one actually says High Test Challenger. So that's quite a sought after one. I think I put $40 on that. The only thing I'm keeping out of this, I'm actually going to keep this beta or it's not a dough hook, but it's a paddle, I think they call them. It's out of a KitchenAid. I should have recognised that because Christine has a KitchenAid blender mixer, which I actually need to fix, and this may as well go with that. I'm pretty sure it'll fix it. Value-wise, it's probably worth about $10 as a second-hand one, but that's all right. We'll hang on to that. Everything else here I'm going to sell. The notepads here, we'll get to that shortly. The mirror cleaned up quite nicely. So let's have a look at the notepad. So you can see here all the prices I'm going to ask for this stuff. It's going to be in the shop at these prices. I'm not going to eBay anything, but if it's left over when we close the shop, some of the planes will certainly eBay quite well. And I'm just scrolling down because the big surprise is at the end. And the mirror I thought would go 20, and the meat cleaver I'm going to put 300 on it. Now, I did a fair bit of checking. Apparently, J. Wilson, even though it looks like an I, and it's Sycamore Street, Sheffield. Apparently, that brand is the bee's knees of knives and meat cleavers back in the day. It's probably late 1800s. It's all original. It's never really been abused. There's no flaring on the top. The blade is actually extremely sharp, and it hasn't been ground away with an angle grinder. It's in magnificent condition, and collectors of these things will pay large money. Now, I did check out the legalities of selling this because we have a machete law in Victoria, in Australia, and a bladed knife over 20 centimetres is actually illegal to sell or even own, apparently, and these ones are exempt from my checking. Now, I think kitchen knives and kitchen related, which a meat cleaver is, blades are exempt, and certainly it wouldn't go to anyone that's actually, well, I don't know, maybe it could go to a butcher that wants to use it. It's still quite functional, but to a collector, I found one on eBay. Admittedly it didn't sell. Someone was asking over $1,000 for it. I did see some that did sell for multiple hundreds, so I could eBay it, but I'm going to put it somewhere in the shop in a locked cabinet for now, and we may have a collector come through here. And, you know, if it's been here a while and he offers me $250, I might take it, but I think I'd get that on eBay from what I saw. So really nice piece there. That's obviously bumped our bottom line up enormously, almost $900. So we're just getting better and better with some of these boxes. Now, I was going to show you this long plane. I don't know what sort of plane you would call this, but the blade is super sharp. It's undamaged. I gave it a quick sand, just with some light sandpaper, and smeared some beeswax over it. It's beautiful and smooth. The timber has no cracks, no warps. It's lovely and straight. And if we take the wedge out, hopefully it didn't jam back in too tightly, there we go, and pop the blade out, there's something quite interesting. When I say pop it out, it might take a little bit. I'll have to give it a gentle tap with something, with our Toyota wheel brace. And if I'm careful not to cut my fingers, you will notice that this blade looks mysteriously like a file. Someone has made that from a file, and the proof is Up this end you can actually see, oh, if we stay in focus, you can see the remains of the word Wiltshire, which made files. So there we go, in between planing some wood, you can whip the blade out and file back your fingernails. So isn't that a lovely job? Very good quality steel, and I suspect maybe the entire plane is actually handmade. Really nice piece. I think I went $40 on that. What else did I have to talk about? You've seen all the prices. The fuel tank, I think we'll get $10 for that. The pump cleaned up quite well. Oh, these chaser dies cleaned up very well as well. And they are branded and they have their sizes. So I think I went $15 on those. So there we go, a really nice little haul. And I was going to look at the mirror. Hang on, I'll clean things off and we'll check out the mirror, because there's a piece of wood loose on the back and I wonder if there's something behind the mirror. Now I noticed the mirror had pushed in a bit on one side and I thought, oh, there's a loose board, we'll have to drop it in and put another nail in. And then I saw this. There's paper behind there. So this is as far as I've looked. I thought we'll do it together. Looks like newspaper, and it's probably just scrunched in here to actually take up that gap between the board and the mirror to stop the mirror pushing back. But it will be interesting to see how old it is. I suspect this mirror is around 1900s, but I don't think this would have been done originally. I wouldn't think it would come from a, oh, bad dog. Here we see the date, Saturday, March 13th, 1937. Wow. So I think the mirror is older than that, but at some stage someone has packed the back with newspaper. Let's open it out and see if we can read anything. It's the Australian Women's Weekly. It's actually in pretty good condition, given that it's been scrunched up in here for the best part of 100 years. Oops, it's a bit brittle. Oh, there's the front cover. Let's see if we can at least look at the front cover. I don't think it's really worth saving. I mean, we do get old newspapers and magazines all the time, and they're very interesting to look at. Yeah, this is very brittle. So I'm not worried too much about preserving it, because even in excellent condition, a magazine like this is only going to be worth $10 or $20. But they're fun to find. Australian Women's Weekly, published every state, price 4 pence, or 4D, 4 pence, March 13, 1937. And we have a lady on the front there. So this is pre-World War II, just before World War II started. So there's all the fashion here, the fashion of the 1930s. So is there another piece up the top? That one's still nailed in. Oh, I think there is. How do we, oh, okay, this piece will slide down. It's split, but it'll pull away. There's still a nail this side. Let's see if it's the same newspaper. Okay, that should be enough. One would assume it's the same magazine. They would have used the same one. Here we go, March 13, 1937, yep. And we've got some articles here. I can't see anything super interesting, and it is going to come apart. So, all right, we won't worry too much about this, but I'll put it back in so that the future owners can have a bit of a window into history, and it will also serve the function of packing it out so the mirror doesn't fall back in. And now that we've got the mirror back together, we can reflect on how well we did this episode. I think we did pretty well. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.